Hey, good day, Mike's Diabetes World. Well, many of you ask me, what now? Why is he in bed? I'm in bed because across from me I've got a fan, and today it's fairly hot in the apartment. It's even hot outside. So I thought, let me just be where I'm comfortable and do my chat. I'm still kind of recovering from yesterday, being out in the heat. But we'll see. Today's about the same. So, hey, I'd like to talk to you about food. Oh my god. When I was first diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, I did a lot of, or my mom did a lot of the work. She did things, and then I finally found out how to control my food. Now, back then, it was on the CDA Diabetic Exchange Program. And what it was there was protein, there was starch or carbohydrates, there was vegetable A, vegetable B, and your dietitian would have a program set out. And when you had to follow that because your insulin was all devised for that. And for years I was on that. When I went to school, it was still the same program. And somewhere when I finished school to start work and such, things changed. The Canadian Diabetes Association came up with another plan, and that was to count carbs. And you know what? Thank God for that. You know, it's so hard to say to a young kid, oh no, you can't have that. Even, they still are going to want the same treats that their friends have. And if you keep saying no, they're going to sneak it. So, what's the best to do? Teach them the carbs and let them know how much insulin you have to take for each carb. It was game changer. But I think I took this a little bit more to heart than they really wanted me to. Because to me, I kind of read that, well, I can have anything I want whenever I want, and, my blood sugars will be super. I could have, well, I think some of you know I worked for a convenience store chain for many years, and they would have glasses, or you would have your own glass, is what I meant, and you could fill up on fountain pop. Well, I was in my prime. I loved that. Well, I was working nights, so a lot of times it kept me going throughout the night. Looking back on it, I think it should have changed over. I think I should have been more aware. And I'm trying to tell parents to teach their children the basis of good food control. As you look now, even if you take away the amount of liquid which is I'm carrying, I still am a big boy. And I think I never have really known how much food you actually need to live. But, I think if you learn the correct habits, you can move on with your life being a safer and happier diabetic. I think by the time 10 10, 11, or 12, that sort of range, is when I believe a diabetic should start knowing how much carbs are each and how much each carbs, and know your fist. A lot of measurement are sorry, I had someone called. I have I was talking about the measurements, and a lot of them are like your fist, and how you need to still have protein, carbs, and vegetables. Your body needs these building blocks. But what has gone is, oh, you need to measure everything out right to the bottom of the grams, and you need to have a weigh scale, and that may be fine in learning it. But as you move on, you're not going to need everything. So just finding a comfortable place. So, counting carbs, you really should look into and learn how to do efficiently. And those days where your child has a birthday party or going to a birthday party, you can pretty well figure out how much carbs and how much insulin your son or daughter is going to be needing. You can't sort of sit there and say, oh no, you can't have that. So you want to remember that carb counting is important. And if you're still injecting, you still need to calculate the correct amount of insulin. Now, there is a glucometer, I think it's Freestyle. I think even the current Freestyle meter is when your diabetic nurse, your doctor, your nurse sets it up, they type how much carbs per ratio and it calculates for you. Makes it a little bit easier. You still have to fill up the syringe and such. The insulin pump, which I've shown you mine, just one sec, let me get up here, does the work for you. And I have different amount of sugar counts to go through each and every day. So, you don't want to, you can have different counts throughout the day. Keeping your blood sugar under control, as we talked about, is vitally important. I'm paying for some of the things I did and that my body just never wanted to get perfectly balanced. And I'm not going to be, as the doctor said yesterday, I'm not going to be that perfectly balanced person. And that's fine. But what you need to know is that you have to work at it. It's not as easy as, just figuring out stuff and, you have to do the work too. Now, in my later life, I found a company that in Lower Mainland of British Columbia delivers food. Actually, I think they're pretty well I know they're in the Okanagan as well, but I don't think the rest of the province. And this is not a sponsored deal. Better Meals is the name of the company, and they are outstanding. You order at once a week. For me, here I get deliveries on Tuesday. And the food comes in what we call it cardboardy type food containers. You put them in the microwave. You can put them on a plate if you want. But the amounts are always constant. And you can take a look and you can have different, sorry, all the carb counts. You also get the fats and other minerals that, you may want to watch. But for me, that was a saving grace. I know I can pull a tray out, I can pull a soup out, and I can pull dessert out. And I can have soup, the meal, and then dessert. And I don't have to sit there and, well, I wonder, there's this here and that there. It tells me the exact amount of carbs that you need in order to feel better and eat better. And I don't have to worry about the cooking. It comes once a week. You can pay by money order and credit cards or cash, but they don't give change. But you know what? This is outstanding. The food is home cooked. They have different meal styles. It's awesome for seniors too, and you can have a regular diet. I think there's a salt-free one. They have even a diabetic one, which I think is helping me lose some weight. But, for everything, for a meal, it costs me, for getting 14 meals, so lunch and dinner, it comes out to be $122.50 every week. But for the amount of time it saves me, and if I'm really feeling low, I can just pop it in the microwave and cook it, and then we can go from there. But that's something you may want to look at if you're out on your own or your child's going to college or whatever. They may want to look into this as well. It's called Better Meals, and the food is actually fairly good. For me, I like the beef stew, the chicken cacciatore. You always want to say cacciatore. But, it was all quite good. They have a wide menu items. So if you know someone senior or someone who's incapacitated, it's a really easy way of having them follow a diet and control the blood sugar. Yay. So think about that and talk to your dietitian about carb counting. Oh my God, you got homework. And follow up. And, they're going to have food, what was it called? A food diary of everything you ate so that they can see if you're counting correctly. Don't sort of think, oh, well, they're going to want to find out secrets about me. That's not the point. The point is that they want to make sure you're learning how to do it and can have the best possible health. Have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye.